class. So this lecture we begin with forecasting, right? So forecasting, also at some places you will use the term estimation or maybe even prediction. So basically forecasting or estimation can be done for a non-time series data also and a time series data also. Right, so in this course, since we are doing a time series analysis, we focus more on the time series data. Right, so let us do a first simple example and let us try to intuitively understand, right, without any models or without any ARIMA, SARIMA, AR, MA, what intuition you can get from just seeing a set of numbers. Right? So I will just take some demand figures. So the demand can be about anything. Let's say this is a demand for a given period. So I can write few numbers: 26, 33, 25, 29, 27 and 28. Right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me call this as demand 1, demand 2, demand 3. Right? So if I have this demand, so let's say this is demand for a particular product in the market on a yearly basis, right? So some numbers are given, and for example, if I ask the class, okay, these are some numbers, so let me give it a time series angle. So I think let us say this is the figure for 2004, this is for 2005, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now this is the year, right? So I am adding an element of time. So the time can be as granular as like millisecond, nanosecond, or as high as a year, decade, something of that sort. But since there is a time series involved here, we call this data as a time series data, right? So 2004 has 26 units of demand, 2009 has 28 units of demand. Now our job is to determine in 2010 what will be the forecast. Right? So I am giving you only this data and I am saying, okay, let us find out the expectation of our demand, or let us try to predict. Why this is important? Because for any industry, it can help us reduce the production cost, capacity cost planning, inventory cost. For example, let us take the mobiles. Right? So you know the mobile technology changes every 6 months, 8 months. Right? So if you, let's say, produce too many mobiles of a particular kind, and the demand for that mobile reduces, so you will have a lot of wastage, more losses. If you produce very less number of mobiles and the demand suddenly shoots up, so you would have made more profit if you had made a better estimate. Right? So now let us do an example. If I, let's say, ask some random 8 people to, given this data, to say, okay, what is the possible forecast that they see, right? Something like if you are given a data and we do analysis, okay, I think this will happen, I think that will happen. So let me write some figures here. So F1 is forecast 1. That means the person 1 says this particular value should be 28. The forecast 2 is 27.25. The forecast 3 is 29. The forecast 4 is 31. The forecast 5 is 27. The forecast 6 is 28. The forecast 7 is 27. 0.83 and the forecast rate is 27. So like I picked 8 students from the class and asked them, what do you think based on this data, what will be the forecast? Right? So these 8 persons have not shared their ideas with each other, but they have shared the ideas with me. Okay. So now we will try to analyze how well or what is the logic behind these figures. So they say, okay sir, I tried this method, I tried this method. Right? So let us begin with the first one. So this 28 is just a simple average. So you take these values, there are 6 values, you take a simple average, 8 plus 7 is 15, 24, 29, 32, 38. So 8 carry and 3 is on the carry. 3 plus 2, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Right? So I think this divided by 6, 6 to the 12, 48, 6 8s are 48. Right? So this is a simple average, right? So we have seen in our statistics lecture also, how does the mean provide to be a good descriptive statistic, right? So this is a simple average. So one of the forecast value is 28. So based on the simple mean, we see that for the year 2010, the units that will be required is 28, which is a fair, right? Because means are basically based around central tendencies. Central tendencies means, for example, if you sort this data from ascending to descending, mean will be showing a roughly a middle point of the data, right? Which is fair enough, right? So now we see the next one, what this guy has done, right? So this guy says that I have taken the last 4 averages. So what does last 4 average means? It means the F2 has taken only these 4 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, and taken the average and shown it as 27.25. Right? So now forget about whether 27.25 units of mobile can be measured or it can be made, not possible, but we are just seeing it from a mathematical perspective. Right? So last 4 averages, because this guy says that, okay, I have 6 values, right? But I think that the newer values have a higher impact on the current values and not the very old values. Right? For example, I can just relate it to a sports thing. So you see that, okay, if my team is like losing, winning, right? So I feel that based on the recent trend or the recent data, my prediction will have a higher weightage for the recent points rather than the very old points. Right? So this is based on the last 4 averages. So in these all 8 points, there is nothing wrong or right, it is an intuition. Right? So even if you know nothing about the time series, from your day-to-day life and experiences till date, you can feel, okay, fair enough. Okay. Next value is 29. Okay. So this guy says that I am seeing the last 2 values only. So I see that this was 27, then 28. So it increased by 1 unit. Now what I will do, I will increase again by 1 unit. So this was an observation. Last 2 value increase by plus 1. So 28 plus 1 is equal to 29. Right? A fair one, right? So this was observation by one of the guys. Next value is 31. So in this case, this I am treating as other factors. So what does other factors mean? So other factor means that other factor says that value 31 is not dependent on these values. It is dependent on other market factors. So let's say the purchasing power of the people have increased, right? Or suddenly there is a very new technology and then people are just trying to buy that particular product. So this particular value does not depend on this inherent data. It directly depends on other market factors. the purchases power has increased, a new scheme or a very good discount has come into the market, right? So this basically deals with that particular thing. Then we have 27, right? So what does it say? So this guy thinks that, so I start from this point, right, from D1. I see that from this number to 33 there is an increase, right? So I see that this is an increase. Then from 33 to 25 there is a decrease. For me units are not important but the order. So from small to big and from big to small. And again from 25 to 29 I have an increase. From 29 to 27 I have a decrease. From 27 to 28 I have an increase. So increase, decrease, increase, decrease, increase. Now the next should be a decrease, right? So for the safer side it just said okay 28 is there, so I will decrease by one amount. You can decrease by anything, but okay, this guy thought okay I will decrease by one, right? So I will write here increase, decrease, increase, decrease, increase, decrease pattern. Right? So again fair estimate, right? Again I am repeating, there is nothing wrong or right here, these are just intuitions, right? So when you see the data we look at it at a very different ways. Okay, so this 28 guy feels that okay, I will take last three values average. So this guy thinks that okay, I will not take the last four average like the student 2 took, I am taking the last three average. So you can see 27, 28, 29, the average will be 28 and which is this stuff here. Now what does F7? The student 7 says that okay, I am also taking the last three values but I am assigning more weight. I am assigning more weight to this particular value. What does that mean? This guy basically took that in this fashion. So let me just write 29, 27, 28, 29, 27, 28. And see 28 was the most recent, right? So it gave it a weight of 3, but it gave it a weight of 2 and it gave a weight of this. Since you are doing a weighted average, you need to divide by the sum of weights. So this particular guy gave a weight of 3 to 28 because this was the most recent weight, the recent value of demand. So more recent, more weight. Second last recent, a lesser weight. Oldest value, the least weight. So 1 into 29 plus 2 into 27 and 3 into 28, right? So this basically comes out to 27.83. And finally, we have the last value 27. So in this case, we term, this guy thinks that this 33 is an outlier value, outlier or noise. Outlier or noise. So what we do, he removes 33 and averages the rest values. Okay. So this guy basically removes this. He thinks that this particular value is a measurement error or noise, and I just take the simple average of 26, 25, 29, 27, 20, which comes out to be 27. Right? So you can see, even if you see these particular forecasts, they are quite near to each other, right? So you can see that the nearest, the least value is 27 and the highest value is 31, while your simple average is 28. So right, so still the values are showing some values which are near the average, and there is some logic also. So if you can see here, everybody, most of the cases, person 1, person 2, right, person 6, this is also an average kind of, right, this is a weighted average also. And again there is an average. So out of the 8 predictions that are done by the students, 5 basically show some usage of average. We have already seen that average is a good descriptive statistic. It covers all the four properties that consider all the values, take the mean of the values, should be algebraic computable, so only addition and basic mathematics like addition, subtractions are involved. So we will stop at this particular point, and I just want you to think about other mathematical operations that you can do. For example, last 3 averages, last 4 averages, weighted mean, right? Something of this sort if you can come up with. So for this particular lecture, in the next part, we will again see each and every value, how they are computed, and we will also deal with the exponential smoothing in the later lectures. So that's it for now. Thank you.